with Jarice. Ain't that how you say it? Hold on. Her audio connected. Unmute your stuff, Sharice. Let me help you out. I got you. There you go.
Hey.
Hey, y'all.
What's poppin'? That man up or he's?
Yeah, he up. He just peed on me, threw up on me. He gonna do what he had to do for the day.
Oh, Lord.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. He looks like he's refreshed. Mm-hmm.
Both y'all gonna be in the group today?
It's 3 of us now. It's 4 of us.
Hey.
It's a party. Dude, oh, where are my questions? Hold on. Tripping. Ernie, she still there? She freeze cooked. I should have had these pulled up. I'm tripping.
He's slipping.
It's okay, because we got to get Ernice back. Ernice, there she go. Hold on. Dun, dun, dun. If you ever... There she go.
Has to go to my room. Because don't nothing work when I'm in the other side of the house.
Oh, okay. That's what happened. I was like, you freeze cook.
Yeah, I was like that.
She over there candy lady freeze cook. So yeah, now we're about to jump on into 40 minutes. They gonna give me 40 minutes. I hope they do. We on to chapter 5, ladies. We got a new somebody. We got Sharice with us today. She tried to come the other day, but I forgot to send her the whatchamacall. So
He's slipping.
We want to see the baby first.
Oh, you missed him. He was up in here. Hey.
Yep, looking just like his brother.
He just peed on her, pooped on her, and something else.
Threw a ball. So he ready now.
That's a lot.
Right. All right.
All right, so we're going to jump right in it. I hope, did y'all read or look at the book?
Yeah, I read.
Cool.
I read. I skimmed. I won't lie to you. My head was hurting.
It's okay. It's probably from all that chicken you've been eating.
Turkey.
Oh, okay, turkey. All right, so question 1 was, how many spiritual gateways are available for exploration of the sacred woman? And up until this point, how many have you been through hypothetically?
I mean, what do you mean been through hypothetically? Like,
so if you went through chapters 1 through 4, hypothetically, if you was to carry on all the things it was saying.
Oh, okay. You'd have went through probably like 4 of them, 3 of them.
So we went through 1. Well, not me personally, but y'all have went through 1. But it was gateway 0, so it says 9 gateways. So technically, we have 10 gateways.
10, technically.
Yeah. So the segues us into our next question, which is, which gateway, after reading the descriptions, interests you to pursue more knowledge of, and why would it be beneficial to you?
For me, I would say gateway 0, just because I feel like that one went into more depth for me. Just learning about the food and how it can affect, like, you know, what our body goes through and how it can heal our body. I feel like that's kind of the most important. And it kind of, I think they started with that one for a reason, because it kind of leads into being able to do the other ones. So I feel like for me, it would probably be the most challenging one, but it would help make going into the other gateways easier.
Demetria, our niece.
For me, the most challenging one would be food. I am not trying to be a vegetarian. I ain't even trying to tell you no lie. Like when she started talking about that, I just passed it. I don't even read it.
So I mean, like, would you try for a week?
No.
Just count her out.
So
Eat right. I will choose better meat options. But here's my logic behind it. So when we start talking about being a vegetarian, a lot of times in our culture, we substitute stuff. Like I think I was at Kroger and I saw like some meatless meatballs and like some meatless sausage. And I'm thinking, you probably are doing more harm eating the fake meat stuff as opposed to just eating a pork chop. That's my logic now.
No. That's good logic. That's good logic though, because when it comes to like those store-bought stuff,
You can't trust everything. Yeah.
You can't trust it. Now, I just ordered a food processor today and an air fryer. But like if you're making it out of your own nuts and stuff like that, then that's where.
And that's another thing. But if we think realistically, like I got time to do it because I'm off work.
Mm-hmm.
I start working like next school year. I'm leaving the house at 5:50, and I'm not coming home till 6 o'clock. I don't have time to make some meatballs and.
Demetria, which gateway about you, man?
About the same food. However, I do feel like I could actually do it though. I feel like I could.
Why would it be beneficial to you?
Because that's really, I mean, that's like your health. It like, you know, how you eat is your health, your overall health, pretty much. So if I can. Go ahead.
No. If you can what? You can finish.
Oh no, if I can like kind of do what she recommended, like the different foods and cutting out like meats and stuff, shoot. Any ailments I have, shoot, they'll probably go away.
Me personally, as a man, which gateway I would have took? I would say my gateway number 9. Man, I'm trying to be high as ascension. I'm trying to be the Lotus. Lotus flower bomb, flower fly. Oh my bad, I'll stop singing. Nah, I can't even remember all that, but I think I'm with the masses. Food is like the one that's just driving me.
It's tough.
Beneficial to me. Like I'm trying to lose some pounds, man. I'm trying to get 6.
I feel like if you could do all that though, you'll come out looking like a whole different person. Like it's just so.
Yes.
Yeah. She off the chain with some of the stuff she mentioned. Pushing forward. Have you all ever quilted or sewn anything? And how did you feel while doing it and after you finished the project?
So I've sewn a pillowcase and some pajama pants. I felt really good. That's all. Like it ain't. I'm not gonna go in there and be sewing all my clothes, but it was a nice project to do on a whim. Like,
yeah.
Have y'all ever sewn or quilted?
I tried to. I don't know how to sew, but I tried to sew something one time, a long time ago. But I mean, I could see how it could be like, you know, relaxing and, you know.
It ain't relaxing.
Well, it take your mind. It puts you in like a meditative thought process.
What about you, Sharice?
I haven't sewn, but I've knitted. I mean, I guess it's a little bit of a difference. But I mean, when I was doing it, you don't realize that you're doing it. You kind of just.
You focus.
Yeah, you kind of just, your hands is moving, but you don't realize how far you've gotten. So.
So the reason why I got that question and I asked it is because I know she talks a lot about like making quilts and like the sacred shawl and sacred quilts, and she was like, women back in the earliest times did it, and I was just trying to see like what's the correlation. Have y'all ever done it? How did it make y'all feel? Was it? I know it wasn't natural, but if it was a little uplifting or.
I think it depends on the person. So because I can't cut straight, I can't measure right, it was stressful for me. And yeah, they probably made quilts back in Africa, but they was making quilts in slavery time too. So I just think that's a dying art. I know how to sew a button, I know how to fix a hole, but just going in there, I think we now live in a area of convenience. So just going in there, sewing me some pajama pants when I can go to Walmart and spend 10 minutes picking them out for $9.99, I'm gonna choose the Walmart option.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to sew mine.
I feel like more people are getting into it though now since we're like stuck in the house.
Yeah, I have no choice.
It's so wild. I was talking to my homeboy today, and we was like, the fact that we can put on like a Ralph Lauren polo shirt, and they charge you for that horse, that little embroidered horse. They're charging you what, $110 for that polo shirt? And I looked up an embroidery machine, and I'm like, that's all it is. I'm like, y'all just putting this on a plain shirt? So it's kind of like, man, we paying for some dumb stuff too at the same time. Not at Walmart. You can get the bang for your buck but for everybody who like praise the high end stuff, like it's a little weird now that I look at it.
Yeah.
But it's a status thing that comes from slavery. We couldn't afford it, and now we want it. Well, everybody but Josh.
Most people, if they ain't had it, they want it just because they never had it.
I ain't going back. So, number 4 says when conflict arises amongst a marriage, who comes along to assist the couple to work through their problems?
Didn't it say the elders?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, elders. I had to pick this question because it seems as if we've lost a lack of respect for our elders nowadays. Not us in general,
but our generation.
Yeah, the people are younger than us, and it's like the weirdest thing is if you ask them or if you talk to somebody older, they've already lived a life, so they can kind of help you and maneuver. So why not? Why don't?
Got some bad advice from elders.
You have?
Said you got some?
Yeah. Not all elders are created equal now.
Mm-hmm.
Because ultimately, when we start thinking about the progression of people now, when we look at our generation, more of us, especially African American people, are moving towards going to therapy and actually healing those traumas. That's unheard of when we start talking about like our older generation. And so when I think about some of the advice that I've gotten from elders, they have been the worst advice ever. I've been encouraged to stay in bad relationships. I've been encouraged to stay in terrible jobs. Now, that's not all the elders, but just imagine how good advice from our elders would be if all elders did that soul work,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Coming from if they was to be with their rites of passage and living wholesomely, yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah, because you got to think, like, back in the day, they stayed in those bad relationships. They stayed at those jobs, and nowadays we don't. So
we have more freedom to do what we want now.
We quit a job in a heartbeat.
Right.
Man. That blues, I don't know if she's considered blues, but Betty Wright, I think that's her name.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of her songs, I was telling an older person at work, Mr. Charlie put Betty Wright through. And Betty Wright was still staying with Mr. Charlie. See,
Betty was going through it.
Mr. Charlie would be good and dead. And he was dealing with our niece. and those are our elders. And they telling us to stay with Mr. Charlie, and he's just a man. Now, Mr. Charlie got some issues, and Mr. Charlie about to need some bullets. Like, we not gonna play with Mr. Charlie.
I know from a man's standpoint, it's like, who is it? I was listening to David Ruffin, and David Ruffin was on there talking about, I'm just what is it? Build a statue of a fool if I let this love die. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to him like, yeah, bro, you right, bro. You gotta be right out here, bro. You gotta get right. You can't let it die, bro. So it's about, I was listening to David Ruffin like, hey, he gotta get right, bro. So yeah, you might want to listen to David Ruffin and not get it right.
Not well, she said not all our elders, because I know some elders that also have not given the best advice, because it's pretty old school, like you said, to stay in or put up with certain situations just because that's how they were. That's how times used to be, and that's what they used to. And that's not the answer now. So
yeah. I'm glad that they define like elders and stuff in the book, like that little part where they defined all of them, because it gets kind of confusing sometimes how people say everybody is an elder, but I don't know if you can consider everybody an elder. Everybody ain't got wisdom.
You right.
What's the definition of it? What is it? What it say?
What did they? Let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, so for elder is the older member of your blood or extended family who carries the wisdom of the family. She may be someone you go to for advice, direction, and knowledge. The greater the respect you show towards your elder, the greater your blessing will be. But it also has ancestor in here, defined as the blood or extended family member who has died and made the transition into the spirit world. This person is now in a position to render service to those who call out his or her name for spiritual guidance in the material world.
So like the Black Panther, like he was calling on their ancestors because he was getting his ass kicked.
man,
he was getting kicked. So next question was, without the rites of passage being properly explored as a man or a woman, what is affected or destined to happen?
It's gonna be disagreements, divorce.
Yeah, that's essentially what it said. It was, go ahead, you gotta say something, Bernice?
Never mind. I was getting ready to agree.
I think it's like one little sentence that says it, but it's the same thing. Like you can't, it was like no union could be formed correctly or something like that, but yeah. And I feel like we don't, do y'all know, what does rites of passage mean to y'all? Yeah.
When I think of the rites of passage, I think of just like our healing work, whatever we have to do, like dealing with our childhood traumas, dealing with whatever situations we have faced. And so without that, we can only pass on those wounds to our children. They'll bleed out in our relationships with friends or with our spouses. It'll come out with how we deal with work, how we love ourselves. So just taking the time to deal with that.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people don't know what the rite of passage. I'm in agreement. Like we got to go through and know, like, hey, you need to work on yourself first, and working on yourself is not just jumping from this relation to this relationship. Oh, now I found myself. No, like, go talk about your problems. It's something probably hurting you that you don't know, bro. Like,
yeah, I think that's the problem, though. A lot of people don't realize they have all that trauma.
Yeah. I know I didn't experience some.
I didn't too, but I ain't know it.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes we don't know it. We be like, oh no, it's cool.
Because that's what we used to. But yeah.
Like, bro, and I know as men, we really need to do it because we can damage a woman real quickly. We can't weigh heavy on women. So if we don't handle that stuff, it's hell on earth. It's hell on earth.
Public service announcement. Thank you, Josh.
We try to they teach. We got this misconception that we got to be tough. We can't cry. We can't express nothing. Like sometimes, bro, if somebody hurt you, let them know. Like it hurt me, bro. Like that messed me up, bro. Like I had an incident with a friend, and I was like, bro, that wasn't cool. And he told me something I did wasn't cool. And the realest thing I could do was, look, I apologize, and look, we can move on from there. But yeah, it's okay to express feelings. I ain't saying be crying all the time. Nah, I ain't be having no heart-to-heart crying and tears all the time, but I can let you know easy. So, we're doing good timing, actually. Which of the daily observances of Ascension do you believe will be a challenge for you and why?
Ta'ut, follow a total vegetarian diet.
Mine will be a vegetarian diet too.
I know mine's is, I mean, that's default. We ain't vegetarians yet, guys.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, that is default. Because listen, it be hungry.
What's the one? So y'all feel like for 1 to 4 hours y'all can just be quiet with no
I was
noise?
just gonna say that was
I
my
feel like I do
second
it all the
one.
time.
You do, but do you be like meditating? Do you be like, or do you just be like in your head?
Eventually,
Like,
I'll be like,
I be in my head. Really,
like,
I be
"Damn,
just talking.
what this little boy in there doing? Shit, he probably ass naked, running up the wall.
Oh man.
What was the other ones they had in there?
Abstain for sexual activity.
Observe.
Sacred movements, exercises, and dances daily.
What about watching your words? No cussing, judging, or criticizing. No gossiping. Avoid putting yourself or anyone down.
Woo!
Yeah, that one. Some of them is doable, but yeah.
Yeah.
I slip up and cuss.
Yeah. I was looking at them like some of them just gonna take some work. Man.
It takes real discipline to really like stick to some of these, to be honest.
Yeah.
To all of these, to be honest.
That's why I feel like you'll be a total different person if you can do this stuff. Like you're gonna be just a different person, really.
Man, they trying to make you a butterfly. What, ain't that a lotus? What is a lotus?
Flower.
No, it's a flower, right? Lotus flower bomb. Yeah, okay.
Not the song.
That was my jam back in college.
Dang,
That's everybody jam. They played it so much.
Man.
Flower bomb. What was this one? Do you feel like there is a common observance that the world will probably struggle with in unison, and why? So those same observances, which one you think the world like has struggled with? So like if you was looking at people, go ahead.
I feel like the no judging, because I feel like sometimes people are so judgmental. The world is so judgmental. I feel like coming together on that one will be hard.
That's a good one. And I like the one where it was like just to be quiet. Like right now, with all the stuff going on, it's like just shut up and just chill and be still. And folks like, hell no.
People can't. Everybody got an opinion and they want to speak. Like, they don't know how to be silent.
So I feel like if if you're trying to ask the world to be silent, I will feel like that's taken away also, like these social media apps. That will be that in the world. And I feel like the world can't do that.
They can't handle it.
Hell no. They'll go crazy.
Man, what?
And sex.
That's what I was about to say. We're a very sexual driven world.
Mm-hmm.
It's very sexual out here, cuz. So I'm finna see.
Prostitutes can't prostitute.
Can't do it.
I never thought about that. That's
Yeah.
deep.
That's their job.
That's deep. For lack of better words. Let me see. I'm gonna show y'all my screen, and that's why I said the one about sex. It was weird because I want to see how can you do this? Zoom, blah blah blah. Share screen, share screen. I don't know how to do this. Jesus, speaker view. No. Hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. This should be way. There it is. Oh, I'm stupid. No, I'm not stupid, but. Oh, okay. So I gotta pull it up first. So, this was what I seen when I clicked on Twitter and seen something. I was like, bro, are you kidding me?
I'm scared now.
You're right. You never know what you're gonna get on Twitter.
Right.
I just wanted y'all to see it. It was just, I was like, this is weird.
Why are you having a hard time? Just click share screen.
I tried.
There we go.
Right. So y'all see it?
Yeah.
Now, Josh, all you had to do was explain this.
I gotta show it. I wanted to be interactive. So right now, Ernest, look at the third person down. Says, "What's for lunch?" And that's a picture of what?
Oh,
vagina.
Wow.
And then
here I am above it talking about turkey burgers.
So it was hilarious, but I'm just, bro, why people like this?
Oh wow.
That is hilarious.
Like, why are people like this, yo?
Well, I've had to unfollow and mute a lot of people because they would be tweeting porn.
Yeah.
And I would be at work.
That's why I don't open Twitter at work because it's just there.
You don't open Twitter around your grandma. You don't open Twitter around work.
It is insane.
Yeah,
and we're so desensitized to it. That is what's so crazy because we see it so much. Like, if that showed up on our timeline, we'd be like, why would you post this? And, scroll past it. But that ain't normal.
It's real deal ass clapping going on. My grandma gonna ask me, talking about some, what you in there clapping for? I said, Grandma, that ain't me, man.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy out here.
That is funny.
But yeah, now that was chapter 5. It was a pretty brief chapter. I did see where they start to tell you how to tackle those gateways as far as like some of the things to do, to meditate and all that, like baths and stuff like that. So it don't look difficult, but it's about the biggest word was commitment.
Yeah.
That's
So
the
it's
hard
like, I think she said like 21 days to 12 weeks, but just committing some time.
I feel like once you pass 21 days though, it'll probably get a little habit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see. I'm finna see 21 days as a vegan. Let's see, man.
I don't know.
Not this Saturday, though, dog.
We're gonna pray about it.
What's happening this Saturday?
I'm going over Sharice's new house.
Oh, okay.
Ernest, where you at? You in Memphis?
I'm in Memphis.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
What y'all having a barbecue?
Yeah. Well, Tay is.
Ooh.
Tay is.
He too ready too. I can't.
Yeah, look, he said,
No sense.
hey, I got it, man. This marinade I'm about to put on this food. I was sitting there like, yes.
Oh,
But no, 21 days though, like I said, I got my food processor, so I'm finna try to make my own vegan burger patties.
You started Monday?
Hell no. When that junk come in.
whenever it get here, and we gonna pray
Oh
about it.
yeah, everything is coming so slow.
Yeah.
But I saw some dude make like a hot chicken jackfruit. Hot jack. It was like reminiscent of hot chicken, but it was like of jackfruit. And I hadn't had jackfruit before, and it tastes like the consistency is like pulled pork or chicken. And
Really? What does the jackfruit look like? I've never had
It's
one.
ugly.
Melon
big
looking
ass,
spiky thing,
it's like a big spiky watermelon.
pretty
No.
much.
And then you said it got what, chicken consistency? Pork consistency?
Pulled pork. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
It's
Yeah.
actually not that bad if you do like barbecue on it. We had it with like some barbecue nachos at a vegan restaurant. It was really good.
Are you vegan?
Who, me?
We tried it.
We did a solid.
We did for a while. We did pretty good for like a couple weeks.
Yeah, like a couple weeks. But like we was helping her moms were going through like battling cancer, so it was like if we got you doing all this stuff, it's hard for us. And she was turning up her face, so we gonna do it with you. So we tried it.
Yeah.
It was different.
It's not that bad.
There to go try this restaurant with y'all.
Well, yeah, they got the Southern V. They said the Wild Cow up here closed, but
Yeah,
they got a couple vegan restaurants up here.
The Southern V is open, and I think they black owned too. So yeah,
We had mac and cheese and everything.
it was good. I had the fried chicken. I didn't care for it. It didn't really have a taste, but like the consistency was like fried chicken. It's just like it didn't taste like chicken. So that's the only thing. His nachos was better. It was good though.
Oh, and I learned that almond milk and those different milks, it's nothing but like ground up whatever it is and squeezed and drained.
Yeah.
So like grounded up almonds or cashews.
I did not know that.
Oh wow.
So yeah, for the longest people be like, why are you drinking almond milk? What's that for? And you don't even know where it come from. And I'm like, this is it.
So one time, when I was engaged, my ex-fiance he's lactose intolerant. So I made some lasagna, like a lactose intolerant lasagna for him. And I made cottage cheese from almonds.
Wow.
You basically like boil them till they're really soft, and then you put them in a food processor with some water. He enjoyed it. I would not want that, but he enjoyed it.
No, I saw, what's her name? Tabitha
Brown.
Tabitha Brown.
She is on it. She made like some stuff like spaghetti and dog. I was looking like, damn. I'm not a fan of tofu, but I had it.
You probably got to find different ways to make up tofu, maybe.
Yeah, when I had it from Whole Foods, I was like, this is terrible. Yeah. But what's one food that y'all, besides meat, what's one food like that you feel like you gotta have, or like that's stopping you from being like vegan, or I'm gonna say vegan?
Birthday cake and ice cream.
I'm gonna say sweets for me too.
Sweets as a whole, and potatoes.
Yeah.
But I mean,
potatoes and bread.
Potatoes.
I love potatoes, any form.
But that's a vegetable.
That's vegan technically.
I mean, yeah, but like
It's starch though.
it's a start. Not sweet potatoes. That's a healthier starch, but like regular potatoes is not necessarily, you know. good for you, especially if you're trying to lose weight. So
Yeah.
You said cake. I think you can make a cake without. Make a cake without.
I don't want that. I want real birthday cake.
I don't want no substitute. I want the real thing.
No.
Hey, we did some ice cream though. Ice cream. You can make some fine ice cream without it.
Oh yeah, you can make some good ice cream.
When I was trying to lose weight, I was doing that. What's that protein ice cream?
Yeah.
That's in the gold little thing. That's the worst ice cream I ever had in my life.
The Halo Tops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people swear about that. I don't mess with
That's
Halo.
some trash.
I thought you were about to say trifling. I was like, dang.
It's trifling too.
Oh well, Halo
Watch
Top.
reviews and see how it would taste. And the people be like, "Oh, this is so good," and I would go get it and be like, "Bruh."
Folks be lying, girl.
So I'm be trusting folks. I gotta try it myself.
Folks be lying. This is so amazing. You're a liar. Nothing didn't raise you. They made some out of sour salt, peaches. What was it? Sour salt, peaches.
It was
agave.
sour salt, pulp, peaches, and
agave.
Agave.
But that.
What was this ice cream?
Mm-hmm. I want to try it. It was good. Sour sop is like a healing fruit. It's kind of like jackfruit in a way, but way smaller. Way smaller.
Is it sweet?
We try. Some people, and I think that it depends on where you get it from. Like over in the islands where you can find most of them, a lot of like Jamaicans say it's sweet. It's like on the same level as pineapple. But we got one here from like an international market, and it wasn't sweet. Didn't really have like a taste to it to me.
Well, like the consistency and stuff can get like creamy. Like I had like a sour sop drink. It was good.
Yeah, the drink was good, but they probably put more sugar or something in it.
But it was just like you get a creamy kind of aspect to it. But but like if it's healing, it can break down cancer and stuff. Hey.
It's supposed to be, allegedly, it's supposed to be stronger than chemotherapy for like cancer patients and stuff. So they call it the healing fruit.
Wow.
So what are they testing it and stuff?
I think somebody has. I've seen, I forgot, I can't quote right now, but somebody's tested it, not over here, of course. It was like somewhere overseas, and it's supposed to be like 10,000 times stronger than chemotherapy.
But healthy, you know they ain't finna let that.
So
fly.
they say, but right, you know they're not gonna allow that over here.
Oh, not at all. Gotta make their coins.
We'll shoot you with that radiation, baby.
We tried to give my mom when she was living. We tried to give her the drink, and she liked it because it kind of was sweet too. But she just got to a point where she couldn't keep nothing down, so that's the only thing. We was trying to test it and see. Like,
she was taking it.
Not working.
She was getting radiation too.
Well, she had radiation like before she was doing chemo, and eventually she just got to where she was doing different types of chemo, and it was getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And so the more we tried to go natural, she was taking stuff that was so strong it just wasn't working. It's one of those things you probably would have to do like in the beginning or like before things get really bad, or either not on chemo because that's like a chemical.
You gotta make up your mind. Either we doing chemo or either we doing it this way.
How I think about it is like, back in the day they didn't have all these medicines and stuff. They did all this natural stuff. We just got away from it.
The little dirt on your wound.
Yep, it becomes about business, right?
But ladies, I'm sorry. It's about to end on us. They gave us extra 10 minutes. It's been beautiful. We back Monday with chapter 6, then Wednesday with chapter 7, and that's it for. So hope to see y'all.
See y'all then.
Bye.
Bye y'all.
Hang up.